Hey everybody, my name is Wayne. We're here from Free State Woodworking. Welcome to my first ever shop vlog. Anyway, here in freezing cold Kansas. It's about 20-25 degrees outside, so it's not great. Just a little bit about me. Since this is my first one, I'm relatively new to this whole woodworking thing. Been at it for maybe a little over a year, maybe close to 2 years now. Mostly just built smaller projects, some boxes, cutting boards, things like that. And then I've also done a couple of the Wood Whisperer Guild builds, which are awesome if you haven't checked any of those out. The blanket chest and built the humidor, for example. Then coming up, I've got some plans. I'll probably film building some shelves down in the basement, an entertainment center for the basement, like a shelf to store record albums, things like that. So some pretty simple but hopefully nice projects coming up soon that I'll hopefully have some videos out for. Hasn't been too much going on since Christmas. The shop is a disaster. I built most of my Christmas projects this year, and of course I didn't start until mid-November, so not a lot of time to clean and keep all that up, and there's just scrap wood piled everywhere and dust all over the floor. It's just a mess. So actually the next big project is going to be to try to clean this place up. My toolbox is a disaster, and I don't even want to look at the floor right now. So, and speaking of Christmas, got some cool stuff, some nice woodworking things. It's always good to gloat about that. I got this book, Beautiful Boxes by Doug Stowe. It's put out by Taunton Press, and it actually came out this year. It's pretty cool. It has some nice designs, nice techniques. I like boxes because they're kind of simple to build, and they make really good gifts, especially for people that you don't really know what you're going to get them. Like your mom or your mother-in-law, or people like that. And the other nice thing is you can make something really beautiful, and you don't need a ton of wood. You can go to a lot of the hardwood dealers, or even places like Woodcraft will sometimes have kind of a box of cut-offs and scraps, and you can usually pick up some nice pieces and make a really nice box, and you don't have to drop a ton of cash. I also got a set of these drawing bows from Lee Valley. These are pretty cool. There's 2 of them, and they're basically just a strip of like fiberglass with a strap here. And what happens is when you tighten the strap, it pulls it out into a bow, and then you lay that on your piece, and you can draw out arcs and shapes like that. So this one is symmetrical, which is nice. And then this other one is same deal, except I don't know if you can kind of see, it's really thin on this end, and then it gets really thick on this, and it's asymmetrical. So when you pull it, it doesn't bend at the same rate, so you can make a asymmetrical curve. So that's pretty cool. Every year I do the Reddit Secret Santa thing, and this year one of the things my Secret Santa got me was this Bessie band clamp, which is pretty cool. That's a really thoughtful gift. My buddy Chris, and this is pretty cool, it's a Veritas marking gauge, and it's used for tenons, and it has two wheels on it. And so you set it for whatever width you want your tenon to be, and then you just put it on your workpiece, and you can, this piece of plywood isn't the greatest, but it scribes your lines, and then you can, so these are adjustable individually, for whatever width, and then you can also pull one down and just use it as a single marking gauge. So this is pretty cool. I was thinking of maybe doing a kind of a product tour video on this, just because there are some neat little features that it can do. And then the gift I'm probably most happy about is my mom got me this apron. And it's made by Jason Thigpen over at Texas Heritage Woodworks, and it's just awesome. I mean, I know it kind of seems weird to be excited about an apron, but I mean, it's handmade. It's all double stitched. I don't know if you can see that. I mean, it's just amazing quality. The leather is really soft but nice, and it's all riveted on. I mean, it's a little on maybe the high end side pricing wise as far as aprons go. But I'm just super excited to have this. I'm a sucker for really nice, high quality handmade things, and if something like this can just last forever. So I'm really stoked about that. Thanks, Mom. So that's about it for Christmas. So it was a pretty good haul. Can't complain about that. So what else this week? Oh, that new reality show Framework premiered on Spike TV. It's a kind of an interesting concept. It's basically kind of it's not necessarily just woodworking, but it's more of a furniture design and building reality competition, kind of like, Top Chef or Project Runway or whatever. Not that I've ever watched Project Runway, but anyway. So like this week's, for example, they had a challenge where there was a bunch of boats, and they basically had 2 hours to scavenge whatever they could off of these boats, and then they had 2 12-hour sessions to build whatever they could, design and build whatever piece of furniture they could build using the parts and wood and metal that they scavenged from the boat. So it's a nice it's a nice mix of woodworking and some metalworking, things like that. So it's all right. I like the concept. I like the fact that you're getting some design and furniture building and that kind of stuff out on TV, as opposed to more designing entire rooms or things like that. The only problem is with these reality shows is there's not enough, and for me, there's not enough focus on the process and the design, and a little too much focus on arguing and these interpersonal drama between the contestants, and look at me, I'm alpha and your stuff sucks and whatever. But hopefully maybe as they get less contestants, there'll be less of that to focus on, and they'll focus more on the designs and the projects themselves. And I'm looking forward to see what else they come up with. So it's a pretty cool show on Spike TV, so you might check that out if you haven't. So that's about it. This coming up this week at our local woodworking guild here in Kansas City, there's the Lee Nielsen hand tool event, so I'll probably go to that. That's usually pretty awesome to see what they have, play around with the tools, and just be kind of in awe of their craftsmanship. And that's about it. So I'll see you next time, and until then, work safe and work smart.